in a world filled with soft music comes the greatest story ever told. Or so I'm led to believe, anyway. What up, guys? Welcome back on board Pain Train for Pain Train Gaming. Today, we have a story. We have a story that was released in 2017. So yes, I am very late already. However, I feel and I've heard the story is absolutely... Oh, I'm sure. Start it, huh? Start it and see what fun part of it. What remains of Edith Finch. I've heard this is going to be very good, very odd, but very good at the same time. Looking forward to seeing what it's like, what it's about. Indeed, very interesting. Let me know if the volume is too high or if I'm too low. Vamp with the host! Thank you, Vamp, I appreciate it.
A lot of this doesn't really make sense to me. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
With the house, okay. I'm controlling now. Alright, here we go. Right.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Oh. Dangerous for kids, probably. Oh, that's cool.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7 years ago? That's so cool, though. It's a little house. Newspaper's just been stuffed in there.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh no, did something happen to the brother here?
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Wait, is it the whole family gone? That's what I'm wondering. Yes, Kroki, it's not Subnautica. I decided against it for today anyway. So guys, should we go left or should we go right? What do you think? I think we might have to go left, but I'll give you guys the choice. Kroki's safe. What do you think, guys? Left or right? I'm so excited for Subnautica, but Kroki hates the sea. Well, she hates the creatures in the sea. Alright, let's just go left, yeah, I suppose. Probably have to go left anyway. Cracking life. Oh no, hang on. It's not gonna update for me. Oh, hey Cyber, I can't remember moves. That's what the training's for. You gotta get out there, practice.
It is. Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Oh, so
but now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Okay, so From what I'm guessing so far is, it looks like the mother and the brother are dead. Looks like the family's dead because I think the mother and the son are definitely dead. This is her daughter. She's given her the key, but she also gave her the house in her will as well. So, oh great! Now the messages aren't going to update. That's stuff. Yeah, you can try your command. You know what it is, right?
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
I like that. It actually turned my head towards where the words were gonna be. Ah, I don't like this. Why is this happening to me right now? It's exclamation mark. Fuck you. Maybe if I turn the commands on, you know, that might help. Okay, here we go. That pause menu looks like the family tree or something. Oh, that's where Wright would have brought us. Okay, I see.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Look at the size of it. What's with the extensions all the way up to the top there? That's crazy.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
Yeah, command should be on now.
Oh, first of all, Raiden, fuck you.
Ah.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
That's Dashy Cyber. First of all, Raiden, fuck you. Shaboopy, shaboopy.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
This looks like a family tree here. All right, of all our past relatives and all. That's her. I think. Is that her? Is that who we're playing as Edith right now? Or is Edith like the Why isn't this gonna be annoying? Okay. So we got to find out where the key is. Wait, is the key under the mat? Oh wait, there is no mat. Through the doggy door, of course.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I imagine so. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Sorry, guys. The messages thing isn't like updating for me for some. Once again, I seem to do best with Sub-Zero's moves. Yeah, because it's probably the easiest to remember. Down, forward, and something to do a freeze and all. Okay, that might work. Just over to. Oh wait, say something again? God damn it. Alright, I'm just gonna open Mixer here. Who's paying? Right, unfortunately, Twitch and YouTube chat I won't be able to see for a while. Only Mixer. For the time being, anyway. Only Mixer and Facebook and D-Live chat. Jesus. Echo? Pain's alter ego. I could really run with something like that.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
It's a nice place.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
So our family is dead.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Terrible at video games, but great. I could like poetry. Oh, pottery. Sorry, the poetry.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Aww.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Bet that Chinese smells bad. Yeah, probably.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
I want to know what happened.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Hey now. Oh, nice. That's really cool. I like the little flag on the side and everything. Oh, that's so me. Oh, that's so me. Oh, gosh. That's funny. I love it. I love it. Van Edie.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Gregory?
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Sure, you keep telling yourself that.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
So many books. Must have been really, must be such a reading
Edie's
family.
father, Odin, built the original house.
Like reading. Kidding me? Look at them all. Look at the amount of them. Some of them are thicker than my head.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Molly?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Wait, so from every person who from every member of their family who died, they kept the room the same? Is that what I'm understanding about this? Molly was only 10. Is that what I'm getting from that? Molly was only 10. Wasn't Molly the cat? I thought she said Molly was the cat. I'm confused. Keep going.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Oh?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been
Ah. Don't look, we're like kind of under the water right now.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Look at that. Little bed and drawer and all for the gerbil. That's cute.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
No. No.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
I thought she was gonna eat the gerbil. Jesus Christ.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
What's with the mother, like, sealing in everyone to their rooms, like?
My Halloween candy was all gone. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Damn right you did. Yeah, it tastes like fish.
I kept eating and eating.
How did that taste, huh?
I ate a lot of things that night.
I'm not even sure they're real. Thank God there's nothing in the toilet.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What the hell? What? Okay, this just got weirder.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
They're not even real. Where's the bird gone?
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Wow. What is...
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Yeah, sure, that's
Then
fine.
little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's fine.
Rabbits.
Wait, do I have to try and get a rabbit now?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Yo, Venom! Thank you for the host. Welcome.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Suddenly I was a shark! Yeah! Like, just like Venom. What the hell's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, behold the infamous land shark. Ah, I will roll on your graves. Whee.
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Me trying to get out of bed.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This child is psychotic!
Grabbed on tight. And when I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What the hell am I now? The Kraken?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I don't think it's music. Or, I mean, I don't think it's Christmas music. I think it's like Devil May Cry music in a way. No idea where I'm going here.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
What did you have to have? Is being an octopus not enough?
I slithered onto the sand. and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Pizza. Yeah. Only you, Taco Bell. I wouldn't know what that smells like. Haven't had it yet. Ew! Ew!
I got closer and closer.
We're in her room?
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Hey, Ash. This is some weird story, Ash. Some really weird story.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So, Molly got eaten by an octopus? Girl is creepy. Are we able to, like, look under the thing? No? How do I crouch? Can't crouch. Interesting. You. Suddenly, I was a cat!
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me of these stories.
What's on her bed?
Edie
Oh,
would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
let me have a look.
Though,
Aw,
when we adopted a stray kitten,
no!
she was the one who named it Molly.
No, I can't go back in. What was on her bed anyway? Did anyone see? Stuffed octopus. Oh, you're right. It was like a purple octopus on her bed. Maybe that's what the monster was. No, I think you're right. Little purple octopus on her bed.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
So this is
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Yeah, why would you want to hide from your mom? Hang on a sec, guys. Yeah. Well, so far, this game is all kinds of crazy. But I'm still interested. I'm very interested. Now, let's turn off you. Don't need you anymore. Warm enough in here as it is. Okay. Back at it again with these crazy stories. Alright, let me see.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, there you go. Scared. It's more freaky than scary, really.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Go on, play the video.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
We'll all be getting fangirls after his unburned face reveal. Really, yeah? Is everyone saying how sexy he is and all?
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Oh, you have no idea.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
And his house, holy gee.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Real news. Put it down. No? Oops. Oh, there we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Odin. Saving.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Pink bathroom. Oh, here we go. There's a secret in this room by Seven and Edith Finch. I know,
There's
right?
a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
I like this house. This house is so... Except for the pink bathroom, this house is so mysterious.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
See that? I'd go there as an Airbnb. Search for all the, like, crazy rooms. Port Calvin. Calvin must have been the astronaut of the family. Command center. Whoa! This room's pretty cool. To the command center. Aw, can I not go to the command center? Whoa, it's like half and half. So this is like, what's this? This is the hunting side of him and this is the base side of him? I like it anyway. Can I have that room? Hey, Bren! What's up? Yes, Bren, you still haven't given me your...
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh, are we gonna go over the fence?
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Yeah, I don't think this is the right way to do it, though.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Damn.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I think every kid always thinks about something like that. You know, if I go so high with the swings, will I go all the way around the thing and all, you know? Crazy.
After the funeral,
I give you
Edie
vertigo.
roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yeah. So that's Sam and that's Calvin. So Sam looks like he was more the hunter type esque person, and Calvin wanted to go to the fly. Yeah.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I thought Resident Evil puzzles are bad.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Shortcut.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, now that's cool. Why can't my house be like this? Come on, everyone would like their house to be like this, am I right? I'm right. All the twists and turns and knobs, all sorts of stuff like that.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
As long as it has Wi-Fi. Yeah, true. As long as it has Wi-Fi and I can still do
Of all
this.
the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Okay, now I'm scared.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Ouchies.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Uh-oh.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I agree. Weird in a good way. Got some practice in, yeah? Good to hear.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Now she's got a weapon. Oh god. Oh, why are we playing this song right now? Oh my god.
Is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh my god. Why is that weird? Cyber with the hose! Thank you, Cyber.
Oh dear!
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now
You
is
start like
She threw him.
Then she smacks him in the
For
face.
something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it.
I'll give you
when
enough.
she
I'll
fell
tell you what
asleep
it's all about in a minute,
watching the
Cyber.
Late picture show. Hours later.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead.
You're dead, Walter. Alright, here we go. Alright, so basically what this whole thing about is Cyber, okay? The mother, we're playing as Edith up the very top there of the family tree, right? And her brother and her mom died, and her mom left her the house, which was the house that they lived in for years as in her will. So Edith's going back to the house to relive all the stories of her family tree, basically, because the mom kept everybody's room the way it was when someone died. She didn't want to get rid of the room, so she kept the room. That's why there's so many extensions and nooks and crannies in the house. The dad liked to not just do normal keys into the room, he liked to make all different types of hidden passageways and stuff like that. So we're basically going back to a house and trying to relive everybody's memories, more or less. This is what I'm getting at so far, anyway. This is very clever, though. Look how this is like done in like a comic book strip type of way.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and
need to
windows
pay
and
to
notify the
stream.
police of any suspicious
Cyber,
activity.
you just need your account set up. Like your YouTube
I
account or something.
returned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Oh, she kicked him.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
Yeah, true. Here, go.
She played her part beautifully.
We're in Molly's room.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh, knock him out! Knock him out! Knock him out! Oh! Yeah! Gotcha! Oh god. Oh my god!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
You don't know how to do that. Well, you have your, you remember, you make up another YouTube account, and then when you go to stream, it will ask you, do you want to sign account? So just sign in with your email and your password for your new account. Just make a new account on YouTube.
The Hookman had vanished.
Oh my god.
She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Help me! Help me, Dr. Sayers!
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's very calm. Oh dear.
Bravo, Barbara. You were wonderful.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Oh,
She
first of
saw
all,
what
Raiden,
kind
fuck
of
you.
monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
What the fuck? Make a new YouTube, and then when you go to stream
Edie
it,
told
will
me how
ask you to
Barbara
log
wanted
in
this
with
to
it.
be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Will someone write to Cyber what I'm saying about like making a new account, and then when she goes to stream it, she just logs in on the PlayStation with her new account? Ooh, what's that? Is that pizza, or is that like a weird flat cake? Pretty cool though, I must say. Get out of there now.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Yeah, that's locked. Yeah, no worries, Cyber. I'll PM you on Twitter later. I'd love to see blueprints of this house with all the passageways. I know, right? Very interesting to see. No problem. You thought the ear was gonna be in the music box? Yeah. I had a feeling as well.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Off from the store.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten.
Do you remember the mother died and left Edith the house and her will? So basically we've come back to give her a key as well. Saying when you find what this goes to, you'll find all the answers. That's why she came back, and key fits all the locks to all the different passageways into each of the rooms and all. That's why we're back at the house. No problem. 2005, eh?
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Yeah. Crypt. Bit creepy, alright.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
What's this it?
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin.
Whoa, he thinks...
Maybe this is all a mistake.
He thinks someone killed him.
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Did the mother know?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
This was obviously all the... This is rubbish pile. Probably even where we went to the bathroom.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, no way. Hey, there's my hat.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Yeah, but again, look the size of it though.
think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Alright, Cyber, no worries.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but...
Is that there, Edith? Over here.
The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Derpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Zoe, Oliver, Zatsty. That is a lot of pets.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Derpy Jr. Molly Finch, Calvin Finch, Ben Finch, Edie Finch, Walter Finch, Barbara Finch. Excuse me, that's cool. That is really cool.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I have to say, the voice acting, imagery, music, the atmosphere is really good so far.
But looking back on it now,
I just hope the ending's on point.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, my wait. Are you pregnant? I think so. I think that's what
I never
she's-
met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. We're all afraid of something.
Shaggy for Mortal Kombat 11.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Where am I meant to be looking? I know, right? That's just what I was thinking.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hi, Def. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Ooh!
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
God damn. God damn.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I know, right? Same. This story is just getting intense.
Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
I think it's night or perpetually dark where the house is. I don't know, we went by a window and it was pretty dark.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Road duckies! Rubber duckies! Yay!
What his world was like.
Yay!
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
The journey to freaking dance. Wee! You're just waiting for it to go so dark right now. I want to touch the lever. I guarantee you that's what I have to do.
Sure made him happy.
Woohoo! Hooray! Yay!
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy.
Whee!
But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Holy shit. Baby drowned. Damn it.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Make him cry.
Don't think... Oh.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Wait, this is rope though, isn't it?
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
So... Tornado? Tornado?
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Be a tornado. Was it a tornado? Anyone else think that was a tornado?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
I should like a little crack to teach.
But it didn't last.
So the kids here are all like home taught, it looks like?
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Milton.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Yeah. Looks like it alright, yeah.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
No, he's disappeared, he's just gone. Wow.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Aw.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
Funky. Whoa, whoa.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
What the hell?
He kept working at the cannery.
Oh, we're working. Oh, okay.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
What the hell? Oh, whoa!
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
The mouse to move my hand, and WASD to move him.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even him.
I'll go through the waves,
It seemed very promising at first.
Do that.
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick. Then he made musicians. songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Whoa!
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
New Louisville!
St. Louis.
St. Louis!
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Wow.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a...
What do you think, guys? Beautiful prince or handsome queen? I'm drifting! I'm drifting! I'm drifting!
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Oh, deja vu.
The Queen was on her own quest for...
Are we okay? Sinister serpents or radiant rainbows? What do you think, guys? Rainbows.
Radiant rainbows.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. There we go.
He followed the sound of her...
Silver harp or electric guitar? Sorry, electric sitar. Yeah, there's no dildo there. Alright.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
I know, right? Very unsettling.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. Then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. We began to forget the world we know.
Isn't it? Very trippy.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Hell no.
Bend down his head. I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Really cool. I wish you could have met him.
God damn.
On the way back from Louis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
This is so high up. Bunnies and puppies after this, yeah, you're telling me.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
And guys,
Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. When I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith! What are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot.
A flower for that kind of energy.
The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh, no.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
She needs pain.
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
She has a lot of pain right now.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
So we're playing.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all.
We were playing as Edith's daughter. Oh my god. Or son, sorry. Well, wild ride indeed. Jesus. Talk about a cursed family. Like the grandma said, you know? It's like stories and all where various ways of killing them off and stuff. It's crazy, like absolutely crazy. And then and in the end, you find out you play as her son. Because even she's gone. Kind of even wonder what actually happened to her, you know? You're wondering now, like, what exactly happened to her. That was an oh my god, this game was so good. Fair play to the developers and the whole team behind it, like, you know? Ah, what a crazy way to tell this story, like. And each one of them, you know? You kind of felt like you lived out their last moments with her, you know? Like the kid on the swing. Swang so high he literally threw himself off the swing and went over the cliff. Or the little girl. Actually, you don't even know what happened to the little girl. Maybe she actually fell out the window. Remember, she was so hungry and stuff like that. Maybe she actually fell out the window. Because then randomly she was a cat, and then she was an octopus and stuff like that, you know? And then, like, obviously we know the kid with the fish, he put his head down into the machine, and that's what happened with there. Yeah, choked herself on the octopus, like, possibly. I kind of wondered, like, it didn't tell us what happened to Edith herself, though, because we're playing as her son, you know. Crazy though. No worries, Ash. I think what I'll do, Ash, though, is I'll take a quick hour break just to get some food and stuff, and then I'll be back on, if that's alright with you. Awesome. The replay of story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Well, anyway, guys, we are finished with this now. This was an amazing game. The atmosphere, the music, story itself was amazing. Fair play to the developers. Anyway, right, we're going to take an hour break, guys. I'm going to go grab some food and all. And then we will be back with some PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and we're going to be playing with the wonderful, the beautiful Ash right there. We'll be, as I said, so we will see you guys in 1 hour's time. See you then. Bye-bye.